Hi, welcome. Namaste. Let's practice half an hour of some stretching with basic hatha yoga. If you'd like to join me, please come and sit on your mat in whatever comfortable position suits you. And is brushing off some of the dust. We're finally walking outside in the spring here in Canada. You can always have a blanket, a belt, or props around you. I sometimes say just even use your t-shirt, can roll it and use it in 100 different ways. But the key thing is to be safe while we practice together today and to enjoy, listen to your body. And if there are any reasons that you need maybe to consider getting medical advice prior to doing exercise or movement, please do that before practicing. So let's begin. And we're going to start in cross-legged, kneeling, wherever you are right now. We do offer chair yoga as well, where you can practice in a chair. Straighten your back, lengthen your spine, if you will, and let's begin our yogic breathing, breathing through your nose. You can open your palms if you like, receive a little energy and get the vibration going, the positive high vibration that we're trying to achieve through the practice of yoga. Slow down your breathing, use both nostrils, both the male, the right, and the left female nostrils, or main, if you will, channels to breathe in through. And just pay attention to your breath. You can close your eyes and start to focus inward on your breathing. And start to bring your attention maybe to my voice, which is present now. Mind to your breath. And as you're using your nose, if you're stuffed up and you have a cold and you have to breathe through your mouth, I totally understand. But try if you can to use your nostrils as much as possible, because we'll get the breath warmed. It equalizes the breath. It turns male and female into oneness, which is what we're creating. Om, oneness, yog, union. Let's focus on breathing. Perfect. Drop your chin, if you will, and let your neck stretch a little bit throughout your back. Keep your shoulders relaxed and try to earth into your buttocks or your sit bones. Continue slowing down your big breaths, inhaling, blowing up a balloon, inflating your chest, your lungs, your diaphragm. Exhaling, completely releasing as you press your chin just softly into the center of your collarbones. Now inhale and raise your head and look to one side. So I'm looking over to my right shoulder. I think it might seem like your left. You go whichever direction feels comfortable. We're going to do both sides. Breathe through your nose. Let's take about 3 breaths on this side. So that's probably about 2 for us, and another one. With the heart and shoulders still facing forward. Now exhale as you draw your chin over the other shoulder. For me, again, it's left, where shoulders are down, heart is forward, and I'm breathing slowly and deeply through my nose, paying attention to my breath. And again, about 3 slow, deep breaths in here, then we'll come back to center. Raise your hands. Inhale as you raise them. Have your palms touch and interlace your fingers. Push your hands up toward the sky. And push your shoulders down your back so the blades, the scapula bones, gently press down your rib cage. Stretch your fingers. Wiggle your thumbs a few times. Then place your hands behind your head and squeeze the scapula, the shoulder blades, your wings together. Take 3 deep breaths as you really open your chest, stretch your pectorals. Breathe. Nice. Now place your hands on your shoulders and have the elbows kiss. And then push them back, then have them kiss. Let's do this 5 times. That's 2. Going forward. 3. And that's 5. Let's go the other way. Ready? Inhale. So we inhale as we open, exhale as we close. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Take a few more deep breaths. Breathe through your nose. Now, place your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers and draw the palms together. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Move your body gently into a position where you can feel the stretch across your chest and your pectoral muscles, your shoulders. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you draw down toward the earth. Try to keep the palms together as the chin comes down, and raise your arms up over the back of your head as much as you can comfortably. You can keep your knees bent, keep your elbows bent, I should say. Breathe. 3 deep breaths, then come on up. Good, and release. Take your hands and bring them out at shoulder height. Raise the palms, inhale, and then exhale, twist them the other way. So inhale, up all the way, and then exhale, twist. Let's do this 5 times. So here's 3. Breathe through your nose and exhale. Well done. Another one. And exhale. I think that's 5. We'll bring the hands toward the front now and do some wrist circles. So go maybe 5 times to your right or left. Maybe you're someone who likes to alternate. Take 1, try that. It's kind of fun. Use different hemispheres of your brain, if you will. Good. Then some Garuda arms. Garuda, which means eagle, cross one arm as close to your body over the other. Fold at your elbows and try to draw the palms together. If that's not available, don't worry. Reach for your elbows, or your shoulders, give yourself a hug. Place the back of the palms together. Raise the elbows and inhale, feel the stretch. Exhale, lower your wings softly. Try to use your nose. Let's do this 3 times. Take in lots of fresh new life force, lots of prana. Remember, we also get prana from our food. We get energy from our food. Prana is energy. But the easiest way to get the most prana is through breathing in. Inhale again. And exhale down. So we'll be conscious of what we eat. Open your palms. And exhale, now swing the other one gently over. So now I'm bringing my left arm over. You can see my bracelet here. This is made by an indigenous craft group in British Columbia, Canada. I'll see if I can find their name. Breathe. This is the wolf. Inhale very deeply as we do eagle and wolf. That's powerful. Lady hawk. Exhale slowly. Breathe in and out through your nose. Good. So again, about 5 breaths on each side, and then release. You can move your shoulders around. Inhale and exhale, lifting as you inhale, and exhaling, generally folding the other way. Good, so you still got some great time to move. Let's move. I'm gonna shift, move out my blanket. Please use your blanket. These stretches are actually easier with a blanket. In fact, let me show that. So you can sit on a block even if you want to. This will help release your hips a little bit and give you a little more length and less pain in your lower back and hamstrings. So you can also put things underneath your legs. You can bend your legs. And you see how I've sort of adjusted to get my buttocks down on the earth. Keep breathing through your nose, focus on your breath. Inhale, you can open your legs a little bit. And raise your arms up. And exhale, not diving and rounding, folding from your hips. Start to bring your chest toward your thighs. You'll feel a stretch in your hamstrings right away. Excuse me, exhale as you come a little bit deeper, maybe reach for the toes if that's available. Let's take 5 deep breaths here. Exhaling as we deepen. So this is no, we don't want to be like this, all crunched up like we're on our laptops. We want to be sitting with straight back and folding gently, belly toward the thighs. Bend your knees if you need to. Good, 5 deep breaths. Another one. Good, stretching what we call the west side, Paschimottanasana of the body. So it's Paschimottanasana. Stretch up, and now bring your hands behind you. Place your fingers toward you. I'm gonna stay on my fingertips. I'm still dealing with a wrist injury. Point your toes, and again, modified by bending your knees if you need to. And when you're ready, lift your hips up and point your toes away from your body. Keep your chest open, inhale and exhale. And again, bend your knees if you need to. Take 3 or 4, if you can, 5 deep breaths. And now we're stretching the front of our body, purva, the east side where the sun rises. So it's called Purvottanasana. Now let's come back onto our buttocks. Let's stretch the inside of our thighs. We've done the back of them and a little bit of the front. Now let's do the inside, where the abductor and adductors, the opener and closers of the legs work. Shift into your ischial bones, into your sit bones. Hold on to your feet comfortably. I love to massage my feet every chance I get and activate the nervous system right from your feet and all those delicious nerve endings that you can stimulate. Keep your back straight like we just did when we bent forward, not a clam. Inhale and chest down. Fold into your hips slowly, breathe, use your elbows if your arm bones are long enough and available to push you open in bound angle. So not like this, chest forward, fold, and bend belly toward the earth. Take 5 deep breaths here. Holding your feet, pressing your chest down, keeping your back as straight and flat as you can possibly. You can sit on that blanket or block. Place blocks under your knees. Just make the movement. Start slowly, keep breathing in and out through your nose. Let's do again about 5 breaths here. Raise your feet or your body and release your legs. Give them a little shake, a little love, and then turn the toes underneath. Try to come onto your toes so that we can stretch our feet and the muscles and ligaments. Stretch our knees as well and muscles and ligaments in the front of our legs. Again, we're compressing the back of our legs. Sometimes people that have varicose veins find that a little bit uncomfortable. So please seek advice with that in your knee bends. This is flexion of the knee. And again, it's really compressing the blood, which can be good, but also again, you want to check if you do have things like veins that aren't working properly. I'm so sorry, I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna sneak over there in a second. Sit and take a few breaths. This is stretching the arches of our feet. You can pad, you can sit on a blanket, place a blanket under your knees. But keep your back straight, chest forward, take a few breaths. Sit comfortably. And then let's do the opposite. Place gently down, like this, just slowly. Down we go to stretch the front of our feet. And then, if it's available, kind of walk back and stretch the top of your knees. Now, only if it's available. Take a few deep breaths. Those that want to try really stretching onto their toes can try the saddle pose, which rolls right up onto the front of your feet and gives you a wicked, fabulous stretch. Again, it's something a little more advanced. You want to be careful with those twists. Breathe. Nice work. Now we'll come off the knees and toes and we'll do some extension. So take one leg and extend it. Give the knee a little break on both sides there. Good, perfect. And then I'm going to stay on my fingertips. You get your palms nice and even, fingers even. Do a few circles with your hips back and forth. This is going to activate the sciatic nerve in a good way. It's also going to lower or help with lower back discomfort. And it's going to keep your hips nice and open. As we age, our hips get a little tighter. We lose synovial fluid. So we want to keep movement so that that fluid keeps moving. It's like kind of having like oil or looking after spark plugs, things like that in your car. Same with your body. Breathe. Sadly, then we take better care sometimes of our cars, or better care of our cars than our bodies. So let's think of your body as your most precious instrument. Let's look after it. You can turn your toes under if you like. Pad your knees. Inhale, look up. Take a huge breath in and fill yourself with positive prana, and then exhale and round your back the other way and squeeze out all the junk inside. That means thoughts, feelings, anything that's no longer serving you, just breathe it out. Inhale, come up. Supercharge, fill your lungs, bend your back into a smile shape, and then exhale, round the back into a rainbow. Let's do that again, one more time. Inhale, come up. There you go. Juice up the chakras, fill yourself, and then exhale very deeply, round the back into that shape of a rainbow. Come up, we'll do our downward facing dog. So for those that haven't done it, we're trying to create a triangle. It's a beautiful pose. Again, it can be quite challenging if you're new. So you want to be careful. You might want to bring blocks underneath your hands. You can do this with bent knees. Bring the chest toward your thighs. If your knees are bent, excuse me. So you can see the fluids are going straight to my head, my throat's filling, because this is an inversion. A lot of people teach this and they forget to say, hey, you're upside down. Because right now my heart is over my head and my hips are over my heart. So for those that might have low blood pressure, this could make you quite dizzy. So I want to be careful and aware. See how all my face is getting around, all the blood's going to my head? It's almost like a headstand, but all the weight's in my hands. So I want to spread over my shoulders, get a little space under my heels, bend my knees if I need to. I want to activate the muscles in my arms. So what's happening in the top of my arms is I'm actually pulling the inside of the upper arm toward my ears, and then I'm pushing away the forearms to the side of the mat a little bit. I'm breathing in and out through my nose, and I'm spreading wideness between my shoulder blades. So it's a very active pose, lots of action. Again, heels lifted rather than grounded. And it's something that can take hours to really learn. So take your time with it, bend your knees, breathe, and let's step the right foot up to the top of the mat. So we're gonna come into a lunge pose, and that means the blood's gonna move now, boom, right back. So be careful, it's leaving the head. Wanna be careful with that, so come up slowly. And you can ground the back knee if you want to lift the back knee, make it more challenging, you go ahead. For me today, I'm going to keep the back knee on the ground and really stretch the front of all the hip flexor group here. So all the muscles and ligaments in the front of my hip, everything that attaches, I'm getting a nice stretch in my quadricep muscle. Try to keep your hips and shoulders in line. So they're kind of like train tracks. I always use train track your shoulders, your hips, and your knees and ankles. Don't twist them out and fling them around. Keep, and I live by trains. I think I was a train leader in another life. Now, if you want to intensify, you can turn this into more of a monkey pose on Janyasana and turn into a crescent moon. Just do that. Breathe. Might want to block, so bring yourself inside. If you got a bit of a tummy, it's sometimes easier to have both hands or a large chest on the inside of the hand. Just keep pulling the knee that's bent into warrior. So there's a good stretch. Let's bend back onto all fours. Take a moment and now push the hips forward. Don't let the shoulders sag up like this, and then roll them back. Let's do that again. Inhale, chest up, shoulders down, almost like cobra and upward dog. Just a little rinse at the back, and then exhale back with your hips. Turn your toes under. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. There's no short name for it. That's the name in Sanskrit. And it means you're in a dog position. It's a really powerful pose. Back knee can be dropped. We're now coming into the horse pose, the lunge pose, Ashwasashilandasana. And we're gonna make sure that the front knee, if you will, is in line with the heel. Train tracks, everything's forward, push into the hip flexors, breathe, back foot can be dropped, knee can be lifted, play with it, breathe. Through your nose, shoulders down, find a focal point, take it up a little further if you want to, crescent moon it if you want to. Breathe, just breathe. Breathe with your beautiful body temple, breathe in some light, some prana. Fresh new, if you will, energy and life force. Keep breathing. Well done. You've already been moving your body for 15 minutes. Inhale, turn your toes under. Let's lift the back knee and come back and come into downward dog. So we're going to go straight back into downward dog. Breathe. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling and exhaling. There we go. And then squeeze down your knees. Walk your hands and feet together. Very slowly hang in a forward fold. And again, you're not rounding your back in this pose. Bend your knees, get your chest to your thighs, and then start narrowing your sit bones up toward the sky. Breathe. It's not an attractive way to teach, but let's just slowly come up. Here we go. I usually put my hands on my hips to feel a little more powerful. Once again, that was an inversion. All the blood was in the head, so come up slowly. Nice work. Let's open our legs so we can do a couple of poses sideways. When you open your legs, you can draw a straight line from heel to heel. That's a little more advanced. Or that front foot, which is my right foot that I'm going to turn out. I can draw the heel into a straight line, heel to heel, advanced. Or now I can bring that heel into the back arch line. Open your arms, place the palms down, and just simply bend the front knee. That's all we've done. And you can adjust the back foot a tiny bit as well. Look at your middle fingertip and just bend the knee. A lot of people swing around and make this a crazy pose. It's warrior pose. And we're surrounded by warrior goddesses. Let's inhale. Keep some nice lines, train tracks. Look at the middle finger. Breathe. Relax the toes, even reach them open, a breath or two more. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Bring the elbow now to your right knee and slide your left arm in line with your left toes. So the whole left side of your body is really stretching. I have a feeling I'm mirroring, aren't I? Coming around your right side. Breathe, lengthen. Good. Then bring both hands to your hips, come up and turn both toes forward. Good. Line the heels up of your feet again so they're both in a straight line. Perfect. Turn the left foot out or the other foot out. And if you need to, move it a little bit in so it's in line with the back arch. That's cool. Feel the hips. You want to keep your hips and shoulders fully in line. Toes are relaxed. They're open a little bit here. Then all we're doing is bending the left knee. Arms out at shoulder height. Look at the finger here. Let's take 5 breaths in warrior. Pull up a little bit through the root lock. Mula bandha through your pelvic floor. Charge your batteries. Charge your chakras. Lots of prana. Good. Slowly lean. Keep everything sideways like you're leaning against a wall. Place the left elbow into the left end of the quadricep. And then reach your right arm over your right ear. You should feel a direct stretch from this finger right in the top. Arm is in line with the ear, so it's not forward. You're pulling back, if anything, a few breaths, side angle. If you want to intensify, you can look up. You can also straighten the left knee. Breathe in and out through your nose. Good. 3 to 5 breaths is good, depending on what your breath cycles through your nose are. Crunch, let's come back. Take a moment, heels are in line again, if you will. So always keeping your heels in line. You can, excuse me, you can open into a longer stance because we're gonna go forward. So you might wanna go a little more. And then place your hands on your hips. Let's stretch the buttocks. Bring your arms out in a flat back, if you will. Sorry, a little more under my throat. And then try to reach your head down toward the earth. Maybe reach for those ankles or maybe reach your hands to the ground. Do a nice deep forward fold. Breathe in and out through your nose. Good. Bring it up. And then just slowly what we're going to do is rinse in, finish with a little goddess pose here. So turn your feet out to the sides of your mat. You can place your hands softly at the edge of your quad, not onto your knee. Spread your legs open. A nice twist is to dip one elbow and shoulder down toward the earth. Keep the stance open. Inhale. And then dip the other shoulder down. Little twist. Pushing the thighs open. And then preparing toes open as well. Breath deep. Up for goddess pose. Line everything up. And bring your hands into cactus. Palms facing or open. Pull up through the root lock. Nice work. And then shimmy back. Let's take it to the top of the mat. We'll come down to finish our session. Hands at heart center. Inhale. Raise your hands. Reach back. We'll come into a back bend. A little bit warmer now. Stretch back for a deep breath. Exhale. Take it into another forward fold. Shimmy the feet open, reach for your elbows, sway from side to side. Keep the knees again bent a little bit, chest to thighs, Uttanasana, forward fold, toes relaxed. Hands to support you, step the right and left foot back, drop down from a little bit of a downward dog onto your knees, and then just come softly into hero pose. We'll sit for a moment in Virasana. So my feet are flat and I'm taking a moment to sit, breathe. Now, I've worked on the inside of my thighs, I've worked on the outside, I've done a little strengthening, a little bit of work. One area that we haven't, that always gets a little bit of neglect is the IT band, and it's the sides of our thighs that never seem to get enough attention. That's why we love pigeon poses. So we're gonna do something similar, which is Gomukhasana, the cow face pose. And we're gonna do that with our knees, trying to bring them one on top of the other. Sometimes for men, this is a little more challenging because your hip rotation is slightly different. So be careful with this. You might be sitting like this, that's perfect the first time you try it. And then as you get more comfortable, shimmy open the feet. So a lot of people sit on one foot like this and they think they're in it, you're not. You wanna get the buttocks down, push a line from heel to heel. It's better to sit on a blanket to achieve this. So because of a lot of practice, I can line my knees up like the face of a cow, and I can push the ears open and out. That took a lot of practice. And get the buttocks down. I'm feeling a deep stretch right through the IT band, the sciatic, and the glute of my right side. Inhale, you can take your arms up. You can cross your arms, or today I'm gonna fold. So I'm gonna deepen the stretch by bringing my hands onto the ground, my chest to my front knee, and breathe. Push into your buttocks, you got it. Perfect, roll up. That's it. Swing your legs open, you can open them up, and then when you're ready, switch sides. So we're gonna cross the opposite knee over. Don't sit on the heel, shimmy the heels, feet open. Just find the space that's comfortable for you. Take a few deep breaths. And then you can play with it. You can cross the opposite arm over if you want to go into full cow face Gomukhasana. Today, this is a little bit deeper for the IT band than for the buttocks. I like this. Nom, nom, nom. Well, I kind of like it. It's sort of painful too. Breathe, spread your shoulders open. Good pain. So again, I should say that, not in yoga, you don't want to feel pain or force in any way. You want to feel like you're challenging and moving tension out of your muscles, but there's a difference. I shouldn't have used that as a joke. So no pain. No pain, no gain. It's not pain. It's kind of a delicious challenge. I look at it that way. But it feels good. There we go. Inhale, come up. Feels so good. Breathe. Hands to heart center. Let's take it, if you will, for a moment. And it's always important that we absorb our practice in Shavasana. So pull your knees into your chest. Take the boat as we come down. Let the legs come up, arms in line, chest. Let's use our core. So breathing through your nose, take it into full boat if you want to. Navasana, Navasana. Navasana means boat. Half boat. 3 to 5 breaths in the pose. Full boat or half boat. And then slowly lower down. Perfect. Hug your knees into your chest. So give them a hug. You can do a couple of circles like you're stirring soup. Well done. Then let your body fall open, pad your knees, place a blanket under your head, whatever feels good for you. Let your feet fall open, your shoulders fall open, and your palms fall open. Some people like to place their hands on their chest, on their heart chakra, the Anahata chakra, the center chakra. Sometimes one on their second brain, as we call it, the Manipura chakra, fire chakra, your gut. Just feel good. So generally we would take a little bit of time after moving in asana to absorb the practice and then enjoy dhyana, or what we would call meditation. So this is relaxing and just letting the deliciousness of your practice, your asana and pranayama, your breathing and body work, sink into your body. Preparing it to sit, if you will, in a state of meditation of dhyana. And feel your heart, pay attention to your breath, see how your breath feels. Breathing through both nostrils. Is one nostril clearer than the other? Are you slowing down your breathing like the beautiful giant tortoise, not breathing like the quick rabbit, extending, if you will, your life with slow breath? Great. And feel like energy is moving fluidly through all the channels of your body, the 72,000 nadis, not the 2 nadis of the right and left nostrils, those channels, or the main channel that aligns your spine, your psychic spine, the kind of your head to your tailbone. Those are the 3 main nadis. Feel like you've opened the 72,000 nadis. 60, what would that be? That would be 71,997. Great. And then when you're ready, you can move your body a little bit, stretch your body. You can stay in Shavasana, turn this off, or roll onto your right side and complete your practice. As we said, we do about 30 minutes. And this is about 30 minutes of movement and breathing. But please, entitled and make please just to enjoy a little more relaxation, treat yourself, or even sit here in a little more meditation, state of dhyana. Palms can be open for meditation, and you can bring or tuck your first finger underneath your thumb. Bring the last three together. Open the palms, the wisdom, mudra, dhyana mudra. Continue breathing. Try to train yourself to use yogic breathing, pranayama through nostrils always. Breathe. And then when you're ready, let's complete our practice by uniting our energy, feeling like we're bringing universal energy and our energy together in prayer position at our heart chakra, at the Anahata chakra, the center. Excellent. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for doing a little bit of work. Remember, you did some boats today, some chaturangas, which are push-ups. No, sorry, not chaturangas, some downward facing dogs, which are just as strong, are strengthening as push-ups. We did fabulous warrior poses and side angles. So from that to bound angles and hero poses, please feel great. You've done amazing. Feel so good. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you again soon. 30 minutes. Well done. Namaste.